Hi, it's me, Melanie again from Soul Art. So I wanted to go through one of our first official projects. So last time we were here, we made a art therapy kit. Uh, so I am going to use mine today so that we can make what I call in my head. So we're going to basically make a collage today, and it's gonna be really fun. This was one of the first things that I made as my own little art therapy project for myself a few years ago, and I'm gonna do it again, but this time in my art journal with you. I'm gonna show you my old one that I made a few years ago. So this is in my head. Now, as you can see, the eyes are wonderfully made in a lopsided manner. So no, you don't have to be great at art. No, it doesn't have to be perfect. The eyes don't have to be aligned. The nose doesn't have to look like a nose. You don't even have to make a face. You can make whatever you want. But for this purpose, I do recommend making like a head or a cranium, or you can make like an outline of a person if you want, whatever comes easiest to you. In this instance, I made a whole head. And these are the things that go in my head. So it was a collage, like I said, and there's different things that are in here, obviously. Some of them good, some of them confusing, like things that were, oh, what can I do with my degree? At the time I was in college. I'm not anymore. I actually dropped out. But at the time I was really struggling with being in college. I felt like a failure, and I was wondering what I could even do that would make me fulfilled. So that was something in there that I accidentally found from like a magazine. I was like, that's perfect. Imagine, paint, and project. Let's see what other stuff there. Just got out of college and she's doing great. That was my hope. Now things don't always come along as you hope. But there's time. Time was on my head. I'm obsessed with time. Anyway, I digress. This was also in my heart. I made a heart, so if you want to add that, that's cool too. This was just paintbrushes. I found a picture of paintbrushes in a magazine. So around the head, if you want to write something, you can. It's your project. Do whatever you want to do. Mine says, yes, life may be complicated, but I have art in my heart and goals in my mind. So like I said, your mind is full of everything, negative, positive, and everything in between. So let's get started. I'm going to use my art therapy kit as we put together last time. Now, if you don't have one, that's absolutely fine. Just grab whatever you have around the house. If you did make one last time, it's time to use it. I'm just gonna... Now, this is what I added. I added some of these because I found this recently that I forgot I had. And this is gonna help us. These are some art journals. Not art journals, but like art magazines. When I used to go to college in a university for a little bit, the little bit that I lasted, we had basically an arts literary journal is what it was called, and it came out every month, and it's full of pictures and quotes and poems. So I've got like 3 of these old ones, and I use them for collages because they're pretty. Now you can use any magazine, any newspaper. You can even go onto the internet and search for pictures that you specifically want. I've got my art journal right here and some markers. You can also use paint or stickers or anything you want to use, but your main tools you're going to want to use are some scissors. I'm going to put this down so that there's more room. You're going to want some glue, some scissors, some markers or crayons or colored pencils, something probably that you can draw with, some fun images from a magazine, anything, and of course our art journal. So I'm gonna try and I don't know how to do the over the camera thing. If anyone knows how to do that for YouTube, please let me know. I'm very new at YouTube. I don't know all the tricks of how to make everything look great. I wish I did. So I'm just gonna hold up my project as I'm doing it with you so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna open up to a blank page. Now, I'm gonna be very honest with you. There are some negative pictures in here. But I don't want to hide things from you, you know? So, this is something I made last night. But yeah, so I'm not gonna hide much from you here. If I do feel like I need to hide anything, then I will, but this is gonna be my blank page today. Because I don't want to waste pages. So I'm going to get some markers. And you can start with any color, of course. You don't even have to make a whole face. But I'm going to make a kind of face-ish shape. I like pink. So I've got ear, chin. Alright. So far, I've got this shape. So you just make, if you want to make this shape, you just make a curve, 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 and just, it's all curves. But again, you can just make a circle if you want. I'm going to make some eyes. I have brown eyes, so I'm going to make brown. But you can make any color eyes you want, even if you don't have it. I have that color of eyes. So I'm just saying. Some people are like, oh, it has to be like me. It doesn't have to. Be whatever you want. Make some brown eyes. Alright. I want some black pupils. I'll show you what this looks like in a second when I'm finished drawing it. So I'm not using a whole lot of different colors. Just, you know, I don't have to do a lot of shading or anything. So I made my eyes. I'm gonna make my nose. Nosy. And my mouth. I forgot my eyebrows. I kind of like having eyebrows. Just personal preference. Alright. And I'm going to add a neck, just for good measure. So here we go. That's my little face. Now, see, I'm not great at art. You don't have to be. I tried to make the head as big as possible, but I kind of, I wanted to make it bigger, but I kind of misjudged the sizing. But that's okay. I've got all the space to play around with. And I'm going to add that. So let's see. I've got let's see. What pictures do I want to use? Okay, this is a cool one. Now, I want to let you know that your images that you choose don't all have to necessarily make sense. They don't have to be in correlation to everything that you feel. You don't have to find specific words or matching pictures. They can be what you feel, or they can just be pictures that you like. It just doesn't have any rules, is what I'm saying. So like this picture I found in here, I like it. I don't know what it has to do with anything in my mind, but it's a fun collage picture, you know? And I don't have to I don't have to adhere to anything specific. Okay, I'm gonna try and cut this out. Picture out. Ooh, actually I like this page. This whole page is really cool. I'm gonna cut this out. So here, I've got like this galaxy looking thing, so I'm gonna actually cut this out, and I feel like using it for the background of the inside of my head. Alright, so I'm gonna glue that down. I should have gotten a glue stick. Glue sticks are easier. Oh. Alright. I'm just gonna actually take off the lid because there's not a lot in here. I need to invest in some glue. There we go. Just gonna get some glue. There we go. I like that. So I've got this now. And I'm going to add my little bird thing. It's gonna be up here. Got glue on my hands. Did you ever learn that trick where you get glue on your hands and you just rub it off? Yeah. So there's that so far. Let's see. I found this little piece of a poem in here that looks cool. It says, before I cross the threshold of my door, though my anxiety may wrap a tight tourniquet about my intestines, I can still breathe lightly, knowing that it makes no difference. I like that little piece of the poem, so I'm gonna alright. Now I want to let you know, when you make collages or use paint in your art journal, you might want to let it dry overnight. I am impatient, so I tend to close it like within 30 minutes of it being done, but then I open it the next day and it's kind of sticky. So I definitely recommend just leaving your art journal open overnight when you're working with glue or paint. So this is another little thing I like. Little drawing someone made that I think is really cool. So the benefit of this, collages are fun. Honestly, I love collaging. I love mixed media. It frees you up a little bit. It's kind of like an icebreaker between you and art, you know? That's how I think of it, at least. You don't have to rely so much on your skill. Ooh, I like this actually. If you feel like you're not good at drawing, you don't have to. Just draw the minimum required amount of lines, a circle, like I said. And then the rest you can just take from other media. And it's absolutely okay. You're not plagiarizing, you're not cheating, it's your art. Now, I found this set of eyes I actually think is cool. Now, they're closer together, but I'm going to use them as my eyes in substitution for the eyes that I drew, just to add that little extra collage feel. Kind of creepy, but fun. She's got hair. Oh, this is where I got it from. She's got hair too. So I'm gonna see if I can cut it out. Now you don't have to add hair. This is for fun. Anything you want to do. And you can just go around and find things that resonate with you. You know, sometimes life's media speaks to you in ways that understands you in ways that other people just don't. And that's fine. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone, except your therapist. And I strongly recommend having a therapist to talk to. If you don't feel like you can talk to anyone, and even if you do, therapists, actual certified licensed therapists are there, and they are especially trained to not judge you. You can tell them anything. I promise you, they will not judge you. They're there to actually help you. I have a wonderful therapist who I speak to very freely. It's a trust thing. Anyway, I added hair. So yeah, it's getting a little bit more weird as I go on. I've got more books. What else can I find? That's kind of cool. But I don't think I want that. So you can be very picky about what you let into your head. That's another thing. When you're collaging, especially when you're talking about something that you're going to be putting into your headspace, essentially, if you want to say that, you can be very selective. And you should be very selective as to what you let into your own mind. Now, of course, we know as people who have minds, that's not easy to do. It's almost impossible sometimes. And that's absolutely okay. So I think when you collage your headspace or your what's in my head, it gives you a sense of power. Because you get to visually let certain things into your head. And let's keep certain things out. Things that are aesthetically pleasing to you. And things that just don't do anything for you. Things that you resonate with. And things that you don't like or don't want to see. So here's my monster. I just added this. I thought it was cool. I'm going to start filling in this area because I ran out of head in the area in the head. And so there are no boundaries. The only boundaries are what you set for yourself. And those are the only boundaries that matter. If anyone disrespects your boundaries, that's a red flag right there. And I think this exercise, this project, kind of teaches you boundaries a little bit. Because how do you feel when someone or something invades your space? Your mental space, especially. It's violating, and you feel like you have no power, and you feel just... it's things I can't even explain, which is something that we can get into in another art project if you want. And I'll find something like that. Ooh, this is pretty. I'm actually going to save this for another collage next time. So you can do that. If you find something that you like, but don't quite want to use it yet, or it doesn't fit yet, or whatever, just put it in your art journal somewhere, and you can save it. And you can use it for another one. Let's see. But yeah, if you want to relay something like loneliness in your collage, you can. No one's saying that you can't have negative thoughts. We all have negative thoughts. Add those if you want to. Here's something I found. Fewer and fewer darkness creeps does the quiet and loneliness of nowhere. Now, I accidentally cut off some stuff, but I like those words. So I'm going to put it in here. And I'm going to get more glue eventually. I was not aware that I didn't have glue before I did this video. Alright. Let's see, is there anything else I want to add? Just gonna... Don't be afraid to get messy, honestly. I personally hate being sticky, which is fun because... Not fun, but it's funny because I'm an artist, so I'm like, artist. Yeah, you know what? If you make art, you're an artist. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. So I'm an artist, and I don't like being sticky. Oh, this is a cool picture. Look at this. It doesn't represent anything. It's just fun. It's just really cool. So I'm going to put that in there. It's my mind and my piece of art. I can do whatever I want. This might be the last thing I put in there, and then I think I'm going to be happy with it. So I'm just going to cut it down so it fits, hopefully. If it doesn't fit in my paper, I'll save it for another collage. But just remember what we talked about today. Boundaries and who and what to let into your space. As you make this collage, remember that you can let anything and anyone, any photo or any image or set of words, you can let anything into your mind. It's up to you. You can let anything into your space. But you want to see, you want to make those decisions based on what is in it for you, you know? Do you like it? Is it aesthetically pleasing? Does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel bad? If it makes you feel bad and you want to let it in, why is that? Just ask yourself questions. And that's my finished product. See, it's not a piece of, it's not something you want to hang in a museum, is it? It's not supposed to be. It's you. It's everything that you are inside. There's no reason to impress anyone. There's not even a reason to impress yourself. It's a purge of emotion, and it's yours. Well, that was our first project, and I will try and find another project for us then for the next time. In the meantime, I am going to do my best to try and track down some studies on different creative therapies. I know there's dance therapy, music therapy, art therapy, different kinds of therapies, and I want to go through them as much as possible. I will be honest, I'm dragging my feet on that because I like hands-on projects, but I want to share with you that there are actual benefits. So thank you for coming to Soul Art, and share this with anyone you want and anyone who you think it will help. Soul Art saves, and remember, someone loves you. I love you. You have a great night.